Hello and welcome back to Desktop Calendar Help video. My name is Maria and I will be your guide throughout this tutorial. In this video we'll talk about editing Adobe InDesign templates. So let's open the InDesign template. First let's go to the Layers panel, and here you can see that the first two layers or layer groups are Print Info and Info Box. These two were created for your information. In the info box you'll get all the basic information and technical information about the template, and when it comes to the print box you'll have the guidelines, the text safe area, the folds, and everything else that you need technically to know about how this template works. Now these two were created for your help and your information. You can delete these two if you don't need them, if you're just going to change the color and maybe the font, and make sure to turn them off when you're working when you're sending them to be printed. Next panel we'll check out is the links panel, and here you have the links to your images. As you can see, we can see which images are there. They're linked to the images folder. So I'm going to show you how you can edit these images or add your own without these two. Now let's go to the pages folder. Here on the pages folder we have our entire design, and let's start with editing the colors. Of course we can select the elements individually and then double click here, either play here in the color space view or add our own values here and change elements individually. That's going to take some time. The faster way of doing it is utilizing the swatches panel. Now if you don't see the swatches panel, go to Window, Color, Swatches. It will open up the swatches panel. If you're not sure what colors were used, click on the element with the color you wish to change and it will show here. So now let's click out of the design to make sure that we're not just coloring one element. Double click on the color you wish to change, and then we can add our own values here. Make sure the preview button is checked, because if it is, you can see the changes happening immediately. So we can either play with the sliders, or like I said, we can just add our own values. And as you can see, all the elements that were black are now magenta. Okay, and that's it when it comes to editing the colors. When it comes to editing the text, let's go to this company info. Editing the text is quite simple. Double click on the text, select what you want to change, and type in or paste your own information here. That's pretty easy to do. If you want to edit font properties, not just edit the text, you can either go to Window, type in Tables, and open the character, and then individually change the properties of the font. For instance, the font family, font style, size, kerning, leading, etc. We can change this to be a different font, etc., etc. Now, the faster way of doing this, because we have quite a few elements that we would need to change here when it comes to the calendar, is using the paragraph styles. Now I'm just gonna apply, because I've changed this manually, I'm gonna apply this corporate info so I can get this font back. The way to apply certain paragraph styles is right click on them, and then I'm just gonna select apply corporate info, clear overrides, and voila, we have the font selected again. Now like I said, the faster way of doing this, of changing the font properties, is through this paragraph styles. So if you double click on them, we can change a whole bunch of elements, starting with basic character fonts, formats, where we can change the properties of the font. So let's say I want to make this different case, different size, etc. I can change indents and spacing. I can make the alignment in the center, left, right. Of course, you can see there are a whole bunch of elements here. You're going to use mostly the basic character formats, indents and spacing, and finally the character color. So let's say we want to make this some different color. You just change it here, and it's going to change throughout the entire design. That applies to, as you can see, the calendar. And the great thing about it is that you don't need to change 12 elements. You can just change these elements here that we have as paragraph styles. Okay, that was it when it comes to editing the text and the font. And now finally, let's talk about adding your own images. Like I said, these two images are linked to the placeholder called images. We have these two placeholder images here. Now, if you don't want to utilize those images, you want to make some other links, just click on the image here in the center. As you can see, there is this little round button, and select Ctrl D on your keyboard, or you can go to File, Place from your menu, and let me just add this photo. Now, because the photo was not the same size that the original image was, I'm going to center it, and I'm going to fill the frame proportionally, and then I can move it around, I can position it, scale it, etc., etc. Let me go back. Okay, now the second way of changing the images in this manner is through the links panel. We select the image we want to change, right click on it and go to relink, and let me just find one of these images, let's say this one, and voila, I can relink the image with the new one. Now that's all great and fine, but I strongly suggest, because there is a certain size here, I strongly suggest that you use one of these images. You open these images in the Photoshop. They're TIFF files, so you can work with them. I'm going to place the image that I wish to change here. Place this one. I'm going to scale it down, scale it up, and then I'm going to position it the way I want it. Now I can either leave it as it is, or I can just merge these two layers. If this is the final choice, merge these two layers. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Merging layers is either go to Control E on your keyboard shortcut, or when you right click on the image, you have the option here. Unfortunately, you don't see it. It says merge down or flatten image. Now that I've changed my image, when I go back to the InDesign file, you're going to see it has this little yellow triangle here, and it basically tells you the image was modified, and you need to double click to update it, and it's going to update immediately. Now, another thing, let's say we've changed both of these images, so instead of clicking twice, and this is specifically good for calendars that have 12-13 pages, we can select all the images with this yellow triangle, and then right click on them, and then select update link or update links if there are more than one, and it's going to update all the images throughout the design. Okay, that was it. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you have any questions or concerns, or you need any more help with editing this template, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I'll try to respond as soon as possible. Thank you for watching again. Have a fantastic day, and see you soon. Bye.